Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with your news Cartridge for Wednesday, October 11th, 2017. Before we begin today, I'd like to talk about giveaways. I'd like to start giving away a game code a week starting next week, but there'll be more details about that coming up in the end card later. It is the middle of the week, and we begin today with Day of Infamy, hosting a free weekend on Steam starting tomorrow and ends on Monday. It's a first-person World War II shooter with an emphasis on squadrons. The very first Super Mario Odyssey review has been filed and given it a perfect 10 out of 10 score. More information will be known tomorrow after the review embargo has lifted. PUBG is in the news again today, and there is nothing stopping it because it has not only sold 15 million copies, but again broke its own record with over 2 million concurrent players on Steam. And there has been a delay on resetting the leaderboards. Due to the number of players, they may not be able to provide the smooth gaming experience that they've been able to provide so far. My guess is that they're working internally to figure out how to support so many players at once before they worry about stats for the players for the season. And when you think about it in perspective, I would much rather have support for the game to make sure that it more or less works versus in-game stats. After yesterday's announcement that CSGO's classic Dust 2 map would be getting redone, Valve has announced that Team Fortress 2 will soon be getting a balance update. They say that it's imminent, but did not give an exact release date. Civilization 6 is going to be getting an update later this fall that will buff the religious system by introducing 2 new pantheons to the game and all the caveats that come with them, including new worshippers and a new combat unit. Religion was the hardest mechanic for me to figure out in Civ 6, so I think it could use some changes, and let me know if you're still playing Civ 6 in the comment section down below. Got some cool stuff in the news for you today with this Genji statue from Overwatch, currently on pre-order through action figure maker Figma. It's going for $64.99, 50-40 British pounds or your regional equivalent, and pre-orders end on November 15th. Oculus is in the news today because they have announced a new standalone VR headset, meaning you won't need a beefy PC in order to use it. To make it even more attractive, it's set to retail for $199 US, making it very attainable for your everyday household. They're saying it will ship sometime early 2018, and if you want to learn more, like the specs about it, there's a link to it in the description down below, along with timestamps and links for sources for all of today's stories. In other gadget news, Nintendo has filed yet another trademark, and this time, a new one for their classic Game Boy. Many are suspecting they will be making a mini Game Boy Classic, but Nintendo has already made very small editions of the Game Boy, including the Game Boy Pocket and the Game Boy Advance Micro. Instead, what I think this could be is a remake of the original Fat model, or possibly even the Pocket, that would include a modern screen and the ability to play the old cartridges. If you didn't know, at some point in the future, all Game Boys will become unplayable due to the type of screen they used. All of the hardware is still going to work, but eventually the screen is going to fade away into nothingness. This would not only spark the secondary market for Game Boy games, but Nintendo could either re-release those games or create entirely new Game Boy games for a new generation. However, let me know what you think this could be in the comment section down below. And finally, that brings us to our main topic today, which is the ESRB, the Entertainment Software Ratings Board, and what they have to say in regards to one of our favorite topics lately, loot boxes. As it turns out, they do have a classification for gambling, but do not include loot boxes in this definition, because they do not directly use real-world currency as a reward, and if they did, they would be immediately rated for adults only. The ESRB says that they consider loot boxes to be similar to card packs for collectible card games. Yes, there is a random chance, but it's always for items specifically for the game. You're not going to go out and buy a pack of Magic cards and win $100 as an everyday thing. Even as a promotion, I'm pretty sure the Gaming Control Board would have something to say about it. And I find myself agreeing with the ESRB, because when you go out and buy a pack of cards for Magic the Gathering, you do have a chance at getting cards that are worth more than the pack itself. As a teenager, I pulled multiple Charizards from packs of Pokemon cards, and I was very aware of what they were worth. So where does that leave us? Well, the ESRB is probably not going to change their definition of gambling, so that limits our options as gamers. I think the best we can do for now is voice our opinions with both our words and our wallets by letting developers and publishers know that we will not be purchasing loot boxes for real-world currency. I honestly don't mind a closed system where you can obtain a box with a random item, just so long as that box isn't obtainable with real cash. And no, I don't care if that purchased loot box contains only cosmetic items. I will always point to Overwatch as a prime example of a game that does not need a loot box system. Do you think the ESRB should reconsider their stance on loot boxes, or do you feel as though there's another course of action that should be taken? Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you considering any of these? It's tomorrow's game releases. For PC, Train Bandit, Star Shelter, Pinball Wicked, Sinker, Half Past Disaster, Towards the Pantheon, Escaping Eternity, Sociable Soccer, Old Age, Field of Glory 2, Roadrunner VR, Yira, Yono and the Celestial Elephants, and Sound Soarer. For Nintendo Switch, Super Beat Sports, Wolverblade, Yono and the Celestial Elephants, The Flame in the Flood, and ACA Neo Geo, The King of the Fighters 95. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And I can't listen to my Vivaldi records anymore. They're all Baroque. So I have no idea how long this is going to last because I just kept recording throughout the whole thing. And I'm at 40 minutes recording. 40 minutes, 40 minutes recording. I might be a little bit less on the camera, but I'm pretty much at 40 minutes. And that's starting now. So I usually only get about 45 minutes out of the camera. So let me talk a little bit about giveaways. There was a little bit of an, we'll say, incident last time. There was a little bit of a mishap last time. I kind of saw it coming. I kind of should have predicted it. But, well, things happened, and there needs to be a different way of giving away codes, game codes here on my show. I like to give things away. I like to make people happy, and throwing somebody a game code, being like, "Hey, here's free stuff." That makes me feel good. Okay, so that's about how long we had on the camera. Now we know, because the battery died. Yeah, battery died on the camera. So at least we have this one. We've got the backup. So here's this is the mattress that absorbs a lot of the sound. This is the outlet that powers this outlet powers the monitor that I'm looking at. This outlet powers the computer. Fancy. This is a Wii. Yeah, well, at least now I can talk for forever and I don't have to worry about it. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, so incident, giveaways got to change. A different way I'm going to be doing giveaways. So, I'm going to be giving away one code a week, okay, on a random day. I'm going to pick the day before I do, I'm going to pick the day that I give it away on Sunday. So, on Sunday of next week, this upcoming Sunday, I'm going to say, and this isn't going to be the day, I'm just going to say, it's just an example, I'm going to give away my game on Tuesday, all right? So I'll give away a game on Tuesday. Anybody who leaves comments on Tuesday, I will go through that, and I will pick a comment I like, okay? It's not going to be a random comment. It's going to be a comment I like, okay? I don't have to do this. I don't have to give things away, but if I'm going to give things away, I would like to encourage a little bit of, I want some more channel interaction. People leave enough comments, people leave enough likes. I'm happy with all of that. I want to see, maybe somebody is like, hey, maybe I can get a game code, but it takes a comment he'll like. Well, then I'm going to try to give this, write out 2 or 3 sentences, trying to give my opinion on the show, or give some feedback. You know what? Let's go through yesterday's. I think I can get onto my thing here now. Let's see if I can get onto my thing here now. If I can get onto my dashboard. Yes, I can. Okay, good. Okay, so I get onto my dashboard and go look at my comments. I have 72 comments on yesterday's episode. That's about normal. That's about right. And so there's a bunch of comments here, and I've replied to quite a few of them. And let's see. Here's one that I didn't reply to. Oh no, we're not gonna do that one because that's kind of an advertisement. Here we go. Here's a great one. I didn't reply to this one, but this is a great comment. It just says, "Yep, nope, not gonna buy it, WB." And that's all. So I would just say, pick that comment. I would, the next day, the day after, go, hey, at the very beginning of the show, going to do it at the very beginning of the show, hey, this person, you won a game. Go check your YouTube messages and go get your game code. Now, you're not going to be able to pick the game code. I'm just going to go onto Bundle Stars on the Humble Bundle and buy codes from there. So if you see, hey, Dandruff, this is from the Humble Bundle that's going on right now. Yeah, you're damn right it is. Game codes are pretty cheap if you get them through bundles and stuff. I can't be just giving away $30, $40 games. That being said, I am going to be giving away Rainbow Six Siege in this on this channel when we hit 2,500 subs. So I'm going to be doing a special video for that. Everybody's going to have 1 week to enter a comment on that. I'm pretty sure that there's a website out there where you can just pick a YouTube video and get a random comment from that, and that's how we're going to determine that. So that is going to be random. The weekly giveaway is going to be up to a comment I like. See, and I say a great example, like I said, yep, nope, not going to buy it, WB. I like that comment. It doesn't insult me. It contributes. It's about the show. It's your opinion on the thing. You're giving, this person obviously paid attention. And yeah, there we go. I don't want to point out things that would be not worthy of receiving a code, because that may encourage people to do that. Plus, I just don't want to, I like to reinforce positivity. The more you can reinforce positivity and not reinforce negativity, I think the better. So, if you hate me for that way I do that, go find another place that'll give away codes randomly. I would like to try to get more positive things, because you never know. You may start a conversation with somebody else that isn't me, and then we got people interacting on the channel, and you have a good conversation, and things happen. That's what I want to see. That's what I really like. If I've learned anything from Twitch, once your Twitch audience starts talking to each other, it's a great thing, and your community is just going to start building itself. So yes, this is to help me build my community, but hey, I'm trying to do it by giving away codes to everybody. So if I'm going to bribe you by giving away codes, fine. I keep pointing to this camera, and it's actually this camera up here. So it's all, I'm just so used to looking into the big lens. Tiny lens up top, big lens in the bottom. What else? I'm the ESRB loot box thing is kind of a, it's so weird, because, like, I read that, I was like, yeah, I can't argue with that at all. I used to buy packs of cards all the time, and it's a gamble, but it's not gambling. You know what I mean? You're buying stuff, it's a gamble, like, I could get that Charizard, could get a Lapras, and, like, not to put down Lapras. Lapras was shit in base set. I'm pretty sure there was Lapras in base set. I don't know, but still, it's you don't want to end up with a Machamp, okay? You can get Machamp out of any, out of a starter deck. You don't want a Machamp from a pack. You want a Charizard from a pack, or you want that Typhlosion. You want that Blastoise, that Venusaur. You want the good cards. I don't know Magic cards anymore. I still know Pokemon. I don't know. It's really hard, because I can't necessarily break down that logic. And I wouldn't mind your help if you could, but, and I don't want to call buying packs of cards gambling, because buying packs of cards is not gambling. So you see where I'm at. I'd like to think that I'm not above the bullshit, okay? Alright, no, wait. I'd like to think that I'm a little bit above the bullshit. That's what I mean. I'd like to think that I'm a little bit above the bullshit of, like, hey, this is the thing. No. Buying packs of cards is totally gambling. No, I can't do that. I can't in my own, self-conscious say that. So, if buying a pack of cards is not gambling, then buying a loot crate, or buying a key even to open a loot crate on, say, like, CSGO, that's not gambling either. So, it triggers your gambling influence, or it triggers your gambling instinct, but it's not gambling per se. It's still a fucking problem. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, like, well, it's not gambling, so therefore it's not a problem. No, it's still a fucking problem, it's just not gambling. So, and that's the whole point. That's another one of the points of this show. Nuance. There's a lot of nuance to this show, and it's stuff like that. It's like, well, maybe loot boxes aren't gambling. It's a form of gambling. It's not direct money for money gambling. It's not I'm trying to put up something that's worth something and you're putting up something and winner take all or something. Because like the CSGO betting sites, that's straight up gambling. This is a really, really hard topic. Very interesting one. I'm really looking forward to the comments on this. Remember to, game giveaways not starting until next week, so you comment your heart out this week and nobody's getting nothing. Sorry. Next week that will start. I'm not going to tell you what days I'm giving it away. I'll just display it when I do the next day. If I decide to give away the code on Friday, it'll be the next Monday. Okay? So, yeah. It's a really, really tough thing. Really, really tough. I also want to know what you guys think about that Game Boy thing, because they wouldn't make a Game Boy Mini. Why would they make a Game Boy Mini? I hope they wouldn't make a Game Boy Mini. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Social media links are over here, everybody. I'm just going to stop here to send cards long enough. Click over here to subscribe to my channel. Click over here to watch yesterday's episode where we talked about Shadow of War having a clause in its EULA that says that they can monitor your console or PC while the game is open. Yeah, because that's not an invasion of privacy. Bye-bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.